that I would put this together online. It will become this. It'll be this size. So I have these pieces. So I'm gonna start with this bottom piece first, and then I'll work on the top piece, okay? So this stack of pieces will become this and this. Okay, I'm working with an OESD pattern, and for their freestanding lace applique patterns, they like to use these buttonholes and loops, buttons and buttonholes to put their pieces together. And I really like this. Alternatively, other companies do glue gun, or you sew by hand or whatever. So you can do just about anything, all right? So there are different ways to put these together, but I like this one. I'm going to use this tool. It's an alligator clip, and I'm going to use this tool so that I can pull the button through the loop. But the first thing I have to do is sew the pieces. With the sewing machine, I'm going to sew these other pieces on that. Okay, so this is the foundation, this will be the bottom. Okay, and these are my pieces that I'm going to sew on here. Let me move the camera just a little bit so you can see how I'm placing these. Okay, so on this particular pattern, I know it's hard to tell, but there is a bottom which is wider and there's a narrower side here, and the narrower side is what's going to match with this. Okay, now I thought I was being all sorts of clever because I have the shading going the same way, see, all the way around, except here I did this one upside down, and I'm really irritated that happened, but you know what? There's some inconsistencies, but I really like this pattern. I mean, I really like this fabric. It's a spider webs. Okay, now this part is see-through. Okay, this is the lace. The rest of it is applique, and it's just fabric. Okay, so thanks for hanging out. I'm just gonna sew these together. This will be a short live. I just want to put this together for you on the machine. So the machine stitch that I'm using is this zigzag stitch that looks like a straight stitch. Okay, so it's gonna do a straight stitch. Let me get my pointer. Okay. It does a straight stitch like this, but then does the straight stitch in a zigzag pattern. Okay, so that'll hold my two pieces together. All right. So now I'm gonna sew these together. I am streaming live on YouTube as well, so I don't know if it's a better view. It might be a better view, but I will post this later on YouTube on my live tab. That's where all of my content is lately. I haven't been posting just regular videos. It's just been lives. Okay. I have black thread in both the top and the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna widen the stitch so that the zigzag goes wider, and I'm gonna make it narrower as far as like how far it sews before it goes on to the next row. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, it thinks that for some reason it thinks it's not sewing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it needs a bobbin. Nope. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to leave the needle in on the left-hand side so I can turn it. So I'll just lift this up and I'll put the next piece on. Again, this is wider than this. Found out the hard way the first time I put something like this together. So now it's gonna, again, go zigzag. I just want to make sure that this red arrow is going to be right in the center, okay? So a little bit of sewing and, okay. That. Yeah. Okay. Well, it didn't go on the part that I wanted it. Okay. I have 4 more pieces to do. And I hope you're all having a really fun time. It is autumn. It is almost Halloween. And I am in the Halloween spirit for sure. Okay. I'll do the face last. So, where is everyone from? Oh, and also, I don't know if you can see the the buttonhole, and the button is wrong on this one. So I didn't check as I went along. Okay, so I have to take this piece off. Real important to check that. I totally forgot. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this bit off. That's what seam rippers are for, right? Okay, and I'm just gonna turn it over like this. So it's button, loop, okay? So I'll just put that one on again, okay? Ooh, all right, loop, button, all right? So loop, button, this is wrong. Take this one off too. Basically just starting completely over, all right? Hey, it's better to catch it now than after I have all of them sewn all the way across, or all the way around, okay? Loop, button, narrow, okay. Lots of things to consider. Okay. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Make sure that those corners match up perfectly, okay? So there's no problem. All right. And thank you for the likes. Yeah, Karen, it is, it's the same spooky guy. I put lights in him tonight. It's the same guy, and, but it's a different fabric. Joe, I'm doing well tonight. How are you doing? All I'm doing is sewing this together. I promised. Because it was done in the machine the other night, and I promised that I would do a live. Did I just sew that on again wrong? Yes. Button, loop. Okay? Do it right. I don't want to like sew 2 and then take 1 off. All right? So let's pay attention what we're doing. Okay? So loop, button. All right? I'm going to go around again just to make sure that the stitching is consistent. So, double stitched. Okay. So, Jill, I hope your machine is not acting up on you. All right. Did you oil your machine? Always oil your machine regularly. Clean out the lint out of the bobbin too. Okay. That is not looking like the right size. Okay. Do you see? This is a problem. All the mistakes. Okay. All of the mistakes. Welcome to real live sewing. Okay. Real live sewing. Live and real sewing. This has to be narrow side down. Honestly. Narrow, loop, button. Narrow. I have to just check 3 things. That's all. Just check 3. This is the only bit that I have to sew with the machine. Okay. I hope you're all doing. Did the oil. Always oil. Good. Well, I think, didn't you say you were hearing a noise? And the noise that I was hearing on mine was because I needed to oil my bobbin case, and I didn't realize that that was a thing. So I had to go over to the shop and have them show me where to put the oil. And it was very eye-opening. Okay, now we have the face pieces. Is this going to be correct? I think, no. Wait, okay, it's like a puzzle. For crying out loud. Boom. Wrong. Somebody is wrong. This goes over here. Oh my God. Okay, look. Start with this. You know, start with this. So, button, loop, button. Okay, loop, button, loop, button, loop, button, loop, button, loop, button, loop, button. Okay. We're good. So basically on that oil, oil the whole case, really. Almost the entire case. Of course I sewed it backwards. Thanks. If you started when I started, I pretty much took all the pieces off and started again because it's so subtle, the sizing on this. All right. Now I'm just going to go around again just to make sure that everything's secure because I stopped and started so many times. I am live on YouTube, so I will post this on YouTube in my live section. I might even make a short. I don't know. Maybe a time lapse. The next part is the fun part. All right. See, no pre-sews, real life, real time. All right, and that's it. Oh, yeah, honest sewing, this is perfect. Yes, look. Okay, the other mistake I made with this, and I was saying this at the beginning of my live, look how pretty this looks. Like we've got, you know, the shading going all the way around. So nice, right? And then it's upside down. It's upside down. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. It's still cute. Still cute. You know, it's fine. Oh my gosh, 420 likes. Thank you. All right. Now, I don't have to do the same thing with the stem because there's no foundation. It was just the bottom part on here. Okay. I have lights in here. Do you see how festive this is? Okay. And now I can put my machine aside and I'm just going to work at the table. And I promise you, this will be entertaining because mistakes will be made and frustration will happen. Okay. So I got myself this little tool, right? It's an alligator clip. I love how the little, you know, it just, this is how I'm going to pull the button through the loop. No one but the sewist would notice. You are right, Karen. You are absolutely right. Which is why I pointed it out to you so I can show you. Look, I'm not the slightest bit perfect, but I make beautiful things. All right. Now, The buttons are going to be on the outside of the pumpkin, except for the top one, and the top one has to be on the inside so that it doesn't impair or, you know, I don't know if it really matters, but so that'll sit nice and pretty on top of there. Okay. So let's see how long this takes. Let's see. Thank you for all the likes. Appreciate it. Okay. So I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top. Okay. And the way that I have figured out that this works the best, once I get it, okay, once I hold it right, is to put that all the way in there, take that button, and just, don't force it or that loop will tear. Okay? So, that in the hole. So the alligator can open its mouth. Okay, I like sound effects. Nom, nom, nom. I'm hungry. So I'm going to make nom, nom sounds. I'm really thinking, I didn't have lunch because I was up here sewing. All right. Look, we're going to struggle. So I put the house together this way too. The haunted house that I made, all the pumpkins. I just bought one for Christmas and make gingerbread houses. Oh, for crying out loud. Look, it's like trying to button a shirt with no help. And you're 5. Okay. Okay, look. There it goes. Ugh. My hand starts to hurt after a minute. All right. I'm looking at the chat as I'm putting these buttons. Okay. So I'm going to stop before I get, let's see. So the top one, don't let me forget, has to go to the inside. So instead of putting the clamp this way, I'm going to put the clamp in the opposite direction. Okay. And pull that button through. I got to hold on to that button pretty tightly. But it is, you know, if you do put it up together kind of with a button motion, it works pretty well. Okay. So there's the face. He looks cute. Oh my God, I love him. He is so cute. Look at this, Matt. Look. Look. I'm putting them together. I've got live on YouTube. I've got live on TikTok. It's fine. Nobody can see you. The cameras are this way. All right. So I'm gonna...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. All right. So again, I want the button to be on the outside, so I'm gonna put the clamp in the hole and then pull the button the direction I want it to be on the outside. And some of them go in easier than others. Okay. Like this one, then on sleeve, it's gonna slip. Don't slip. There we go. Okay. So in the hole and pull that button.
It's like surgery.
It is like surgery. It's like, yeah, forceps. Beep. Beep.
Flat line.
Beep.
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 Put it back together again.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. This is the fun part, guys. This is the fun part. The other part is like, you know, put all the pieces, soak, dry. Okay. Now this one has to go toward the inside. Okay. This is pumpkin number 3. All right. If you're enjoying this, give me a like. Send me a gift. I mean, this is quick. This is quick. Do you see how quick this is? All right. So forceps. Okay. Button. Put the button through. All right. You might have a better look on YouTube. I'm not sure. Nobody's on YouTube right now, but that's okay. I am going to post this in my live. on YouTube. Ah! Now I did, on one of these projects, I pulled too hard. I pulled the button too hard through the loop, and the loop broke. So, I ended up putting that in my machine and doing some zigzag stitching to make it like a new loop, basically. Thank you for the follow, Kent. If you should so choose, head over to YouTube and follow me over there so you can rewatch this video later and catch the highlights. Okay? So this is going to be the button toward the inside. Okay? So the orientation part is the hardest part. So basically, you're going to put the forceps, the direction you want to pull the button. Oh, that didn't stay. Okay. So for example, if I wanted the button to be on the outside, I would put the forceps in this direction, but because I want it to be the inside, I'm going to start from the inside and I'm going to pull it that way. Okay. Boom. All right. Now stay. It's sometimes I'm holding this forceps hard, and the clamp, and it still comes undone sometimes. If anybody has experience doing this, put your hand up. I would be curious to know if anyone else has done the button thing. Okay, from the outside. I want these buttons to be on the outside. I did do one of the pumpkins with the buttons on the inside, and it was really hard to do. It's possible. It makes it smooth. But that's fine. There we go. So give it a clamp. Can you see what I'm doing? I hope you can. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's hard to see with the black, to be honest. It'll be a little easier when I do the stem. Okay, I want to make sure that that button is all the way through. Okay, now, if you don't want your buttons and your loops to come undone, or if you see there is one that might be kind of loose and coming undone, just throw some super glue on there and make it permanent, okay? It is possible to unbutton these for the season. Like if you wanted to store them flat, you could definitely do that. But, go from the other side. You're going to want to, keep these forceps around. These were like off of Amazon, like $12. So order yourself a pair if you are going to do this kind of pattern. Order yourself some. Because I tried this with tweezers. I tried it with, let's see, an owl. I tried it with my teeth. I really didn't with my teeth, but I'm telling you, it was a mess. Trying to get it. It took forever to do it that way. So got myself these, and I'm much, much happier now. Much happier. Okay. Put this in the opposite direction that you want the button. There we go. And, so it's kind of like, just like as if you were really buttoning something, Gonna hold that button, pull it through that loop. I even tried, I already had some forceps, but, and they clamp, but they were too big. So you need to get a real small size. And I couldn't tell you what size this is, but it's small. It's the smallest one I could find. Melanie, thank you for the follow. Consider following me on YouTube as well, please. I have a small following over there. I would like to grow my channel. I do post these lives, and you can go through and check out my previous lives. I do a live on YouTube and usually simultaneous on, TikTok, simultaneous with YouTube. And that way I can just post it. So, all right, I lost this one. Okay. So you see something like this, handmade, handcrafted, you got to charge some good amount for it. It's worth it. It really is. It's worth it. I took a lot of time. This was made with love. Oh, I want to do this the opposite way. I almost forgot. Okay. Grabbing the button. It's kind of awkward this direction because everything's already put together. There we go. Grabbed. Got it. Okay. It is raining and ugly here today in northern Indiana. I have spent a good period of time today in my my studio sewing. All right. I promise I'm gonna be online until I have this whole thing put together and I can put a light in it and call it done. All right. And the base part is almost done. There's just as many for the stem. All right. So you see why pulling these out from to the outside is so much easier than doing from the inside, because I'd be fussing with it. And I did that before I actually had these forceps. I don't know how I did it. I really don't. I fumbled and cussed and did all sorts of things to get that button to go through there. Okay. Loops. All right. And this is the last one that goes to the outside. And this one goes to the inside. So I'll put my forcep on the inside because that's where I want the button to go. So forcep on the outside. There we go. If you pull, if you're feeling like there's a lot of stress on there and it doesn't stay, you can use one of those like clips. There's alligator clips, and then there's these sewing clips everybody uses, these things. And you can use that to hold the button in place so that when you put pressure on this, it doesn't pull apart. Okay. Almost done. I don't know why this one is giving me a hard time, but okay. This is the last one on the main part of this project. Thank you so much for all the likes. Oh my gosh, almost 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. It's very validating. I appreciate it. Okay. This is being really, come on. Okay. I'm gonna center that. There we go. And I'm going to pull it gently because I feel like I've stretched out that hole a bit too much. All right. So here he is. Let's put a candle in it. Can you see the candle? Can you see it? Look at that. Isn't it cute? All right. So let's do the top. Same concept. On this particular one, I had just a limited amount of fabric for the outside. So this is the outside portion. Okay. So I'm gonna just make sure they're all the correct side up. See, I used solid black. This is a gray with a white, and that glows in the dark. It's a little bat. So it glows in the dark. It's left over from the quilt that I made for my daughter. So there's like, you know, tree branches and then the bats flying around, and those glow in the dark. All right. So now I have these the right direction. Now these buttons all go on the outside. I'm going to start from the bottom and work to the top. Okay. And hopefully this doesn't take as long to put together. But I'm in it to win it. I'm almost done. Now don't twist too hard. Don't twist too much because you risk ripping that loop. Now the loop's pretty strong. I rinsed the wash away, and so there is still some of the wash away in the fabric, and it gives it some body. Okay. All right. Stay. Okay. And you might be asking, what are those eyelets for? Well, you can punch those out and, you know, an extra light will go through there, or you can put a charm and hang something there. Okay, it's slipping. My alligator clamp doesn't have a lot of real strong teeth, so it slips a little bit. Okay. There. Now these are all going to be toward the outside, so gently pull that button through that hole. Can you see that? Is that easier to see now? Okay. There's the button. So yeah, it feels very starched because that wash away is just, basically it's just pure starch. At least that's what it seems like to me. Okay. So take that button and pull it through that loop. It's slipping. That's all right. Ugh. I could just start over, or never give up, never surrender. You ever watch that movie? That movie is so fun. It's called Galaxy Quest, and it's a spoof on Star Trek. It is so fun. If you haven't watched it, go get yourself a copy and watch it because it is fun. Okay. I am noticing something about what I did, and I sewed these two pieces with the wrong color. It's okay. I've got 3 in the dark gray and I've got 3 in the light gray. I think what I'm going to do is alternate them because then it kind of makes sense, right? So I'm going to unbutton these, just unbutton. I know I am undoing all of the work that I just did, but it is in the name of aesthetic beauty and order in my universe. Okay? So, order in my universe. And it makes sense to me in my universe. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you're having a good time. And I know there's only a few of you, hanging out, watching. Feel free to comment or whatever. That's great. I love it. I love it when you comment and when you hang out. Okay. I am gonna be done with this. Okay? Somebody time me. How much time does this take, you know? Time and cost. If I'm selling this, right? I mean, you would think I would get better at this as we go along. And maybe I'd get better at it. Okay. Ha! Now, okay. Just making sure. So now we're going to do, we've got light, dark, light. Okay. Start from the bottom. It's much easier. Stretch that out a little bit. Okay. What's your favorite Halloween movie? Type in the chat. What's your favorite or scariest Halloween movie? I think mine is Nightmare on Elm Street. It scared the crap out of me when I first saw it. I saw it when it came out in theaters. I swear. It bothered me for weeks. Weeks. I just thought, you know, the concept was really interesting, and you know, somebody trying to kill you in your dreams if you fall asleep. Scary. All these, we're almost done. We are almost done. I'm going to try to go faster. You know? It's like hurry up, put on a coat, or button up your shirt. It's cold outside. It's getting to be cold outside. It's just wet and dreary today. I mean, most people really feel like sewing a lot on wet, dreary days. And I think it's just because, you know, you can't be outside doing yard work. Not like I do yard work anyway. Well, I do. But I don't do it well. I don't like doing yard work. Some people really like it. I'm not a gardener. I don't like gardening. I don't like working in the dirt. I mean, you can't have dirty hands and do fabric, you know? They're kind of opposites, you know? Can't come in here with dirt under my fingernails and work with fabric. Okay, almost done. We have 2 more sides. This was a little bit easier to put together than the pumpkin itself. Oh, start from the bottom. You know, it just really is easier to start from the bottom. You have more room. I like the colors I picked for this. I really do. Kind of excited to see what it looks like all put together. Because, I mean, you can see, like, if you hold it up, you know, kind of what it looks like. But once it's put together and actually, you know, sitting on top of there, you know, step back and look at it kind of like a painting, you know. Mistakes were made. But it's still pretty. And I like it. Okay. Are you looking at me struggle with this? Are you? Are you watching me struggle? You know, if I were rewatching this on YouTube, I'd be like, give me the scrub button so I can fast forward this. Because this is taking too long. But I mean, this is real time, you know? This is real crafting. Real crafting takes time. And this is why crafters, you know, ask to be paid for their craft, you know? Except for my mom, you know, I would give my mom whatever she wanted. If she wanted a pumpkin, I'd give it to her. You know. Other family members, I'm not so sure. Sorry, Uncle Joe. All right. All right. Okay, raise your hand if you have watched a scary... Oh, you know what? Raise your hand if you have already had Halloween candy in your mouth. Do it. I will raise my hand first. If you have had Halloween candy in your mouth, it is time to confess. I'm going to admit that my finger, this finger hurts. There's a lot of pressure going on this finger. Maybe I'll switch to my other finger. Because, I mean, I have to support underneath with one of my fingers, you know. Help push that through. And pull it through. So my pointer finger is the easiest one as I'm switching back to it. Okay. I gotta start over with this one because I don't think it's gonna come through. Almost done. All right. One more. Now see, this is where like putting pressure on here because you have to push this out far enough so you can open the little alligator clip, right? So see, this one came undone over here. Unless I never put it together, I'm not sure. But that's why you would put a clip to hold it. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to put that the wrong direction. Silly me. Okay. All right. Now, back in the hole. Button. Back in the hole. All right. Trying to put that in there without having to open that alligator clip all the way, but it's not working well. Ah, there. Okay, last one. All I asked, one. Okay, now I have timed this on YouTube, and it has taken 45 minutes to put together one pumpkin. Ta-da! Okay, what do you think? Is it cute? Oh, this button came undone. I gotta put that back together. I like it. This one has to go toward the inside. Okay, pulling it. Pull it through that loop. I don't know if I'm a fan of the gray right up next to the black. I chose that gray fabric because of the bats on it, but it's not quite dark enough to really convince me that that's part of the pumpkin. But that's okay. You know, that's okay. So there's his lid. All right. So I don't know. It looks more like he has a witch hat on. I hope you've enjoyed this and you've learned something from it. So I'm going to let you go, and I want y'all to have a great evening, and thank you again for all the likes, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good night.